Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Rockerdad with more undecember tips. In this video I'm gonna give you some tips to use the auction house and make some easy rubies. We're gonna start with rune growth material, chaos element. Rune growth material, the chaos element in rune growth material, as you can see here, there's a lot of offers. That's because it sells. It sells a lot. Let's put it here by the lowest bid. There are only 2 units here being sold very cheap, but this is not the normal price. This is the normal price here. The lowest normal price is 15 rubies for the buyout. So let's work with that. We have here 5 already in our bag, so I could already sell for 15 each. And I could make 75 rubies if I wanted to. I'm not gonna, because I'm saving those, but I can also make more. And we go to the alchemy desk, combine other chaos elements. As you can see here, I could make another 43. With the other 15 with the other 5 that I have, that's 48, almost 50. So we're talking about what, 720 rubies, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a lot of rubies right there. I could sell a batch of 48 kills elements, and that's a quick sell. All right, that's a quick sell. Of course, it takes 16 hours to craft those 43 kills elements, and I'm not limited by the amount of major elements that I have. I'm actually limited about the amount of philosopher stones that I have. I have more major elements to craft more chaos elements. What I'm missing is philosopher stones. So if you really want to go that route, and if you want to invest in philosophers in chaos elements to sell at the auction house to make some quick and easy rubies, you should come here to the peddler every day and buy the maximum daily amount of philosopher stones. It's 5 per day. They're very cheap. It's like 1,000 gold each. Now I can sell 53 because I have 5, and I can craft another 48. It's gonna cost me gold, okay? But that gold, think like you're buying rubies with gold, because if you price it right, you're gonna sell real fast, all right? So this is the first tip. Selling chaos elements at the auction house, sell it at a good price, and you're gonna have no trouble selling fast those chaos elements. The other item that sells a lot is crafted statue. As you can see here, also a lot of offers for crafted statue. Let's put here the lowest bid. We have 30, so you can see that it's more expensive. The buyout price, the minimum buyout price is 40 a piece. And the crafted statue, we usually find it at the Puru. No, when we go into the Puru vault, and we get the vault with gold. Every time we open a orange chest, there's a chance of getting one or more crafted statues. The final chest is always orange, so those crafted statues, we can use those crafted statues and sell them at the NPC to get 50k gold, and that's why those sell a lot at the auction house, because a lot of players, they run out of gold, and one way to get more gold fast is buying those statues at the auction house. So those sell. If you price it right, they sell fast, and you can also craft them. You go here to the alchemy desk, combining other, and at the end here you find I can craft 7 7 crafted statues, and right now I'm not limited about the amount by the amount of philosopher stones that I have. I'm limited about the amount of pile of gold bars, because you need 10 piles of gold bars for each crafted statue. I have 70 piles of gold bars, so at 40 a piece I can make 7. That's 280. Together with those 720, we are already talking about 1,000 rubies right here. Quick and easy sell. Yes, I would have to invest close to 600k gold, but I would get 1,000 rubies just by making those statues and those chaos elements. So think about that. Those are some quick and easy ways to make some rubies, and those philosopher stones, they are going to be a burden if you don't buy them every day, you can also get them doing the dailies, and you have a deposit that is shared with your account, so you can use alternate characters to buy those philosopher stones every day and put in your deposit, and then your main character can get those philosopher stones, and that will allow you to craft a higher number of crafted statues and chaos elements. And if you ever wondered what is the point of those gold dropped by the Puru, like we have here, to make a pile of gold bars, I can actually craft another 11 pile of gold bars. You need for each pile of gold bars, you need 2 gold ores, 2 gold nuggets, 1 pile of gold nuggets, and 1 gold bar. So every time you hit the Puru, even if it doesn't open the portal and it drops those nuggets, gold nuggets, and stuff like that, you can save those. You don't really need to sell them and at the NPC. You just save those and use to craft more piles of gold bars. So I could actually make 10 more piles of gold bars, so I could actually craft 8 statues. So that would be like 1,040 rubies total. Now, another thing that you can sell, and these other tips that I'm going to give you guys, they are not crafted tips. These require you to drop a certain item to sell. And one of those items are chaos cards. All right. Now, chaos cards they sell and they sell by a lot of rubies. So not all those unique and legendary chaos cards, they're not all great. Some are quite crappy, and there's a market for those cards. You can sell rare cards as well. They go by much less, but there's a market for those. But if you get legendary cards or unique cards, you can go to the market and see for how much it's being sold. And some of those are very, very good, and people are willing to pay the price to get them. So check it out. Check the auction house if you ever get a legendary or unique kills card, to see if there is a good opportunity to sell the cards that you have for a high price. Now, let's talk about weapons. There are 2 weapons that you need to know. Okay, these are 2 drops that if you get those 2 weapons, you need to understand how valuable they are. One is the lucky fishing hook. Okay, there are 3 right now at the market at the auction house being sold, and as you can see here, they are being sold for at least 2,000 rubies each. So why is this dagger so good? It's because it's used for farming. As you can see here, this one gives 84.2% item drop rarity. This increases the rarity of all the drops that you get in the dungeon, in the Chaos dungeon. So players usually switch one of their attack weapons for the dagger to increase the rarity of the drops when they're farming. And that's why it's so expensive. It also increases the gold gain amount. Now, not all fishing hooks are the same. Not all unique items are the same. If you click here, you see that the item drop rarity will range from 50% to 100%. So the higher the percentage of the item drop rarity, the more valuable the fishing hook is. So this one is being sold for 3,100 rubies, and it gives 84.2%. And this one here is being sold for 2,000, but it only gives 58.4%. So they have the same name, but they are not the same. They are very different from one another. The one that costs 3,100 is very, very superior. Now, another item, another weapon that is very important for you to know is Ganida's axe. And just like the fishing hook, like last time that I watched the auction house, there were 4 Ganida's axes being sold. Now there's only 1. So these really sell. They are expensive and people will buy them. Last time that I checked the auction house, there were 5 fishing hooks. There are only 3 now. So if you ever drop those, you either use them to farm or you're gonna sell them. So this one here gives 74.8 item drop rarity. So it's just the same as the fishing hook, the same principle why it's so expensive. So besides those items, every time you drop a unique item, you need to understand how good that item is. Not all unique items are valuable, some are just crappy. But it's very hard for all players, to know all the good items. So what you do is you go to the auction house and search for the name of the unique item that you just dropped and check the price range. For instance, let's check gloves here, the Prele's Gauntlets. This is a known gauntlet. This is very good. As you can see here, it also sells for a very good price. So I already told you 3 items that you have to pay attention to, that you could sell for a lot of rubies. But see how the price varies a lot, from 10,000 to 1,000. And that is because they're not the same. Okay, and this one is level 89. This one is level 86. Let's see what they are offering here as damage goes. 75% damage and 113% critical rate. What about this one? This one gives more damage. It's 91% damage and 123% critical rate. This one is actually quite good for 1,000. It's actually being sold for a good price. Now, keep in mind, items bought at the auction house cannot be resold. So if you find a good deal, you cannot buy it to then sell to someone else. Okay, the game doesn't allow that. If you buy it, it's yours. You keep it. So I gave you 3 examples of very good items that are very valuable in the auction house. Every time you find another item, just search for the name. Sometimes you'll see that the price of the item will vary from 1,000 to 25 rubies, and you might think nobody's going to buy that one that is being sold for 1,000 if they can buy the one that is being sold for 25 rubies. But that's because the one being sold for 25 rubies is probably a very crappy one, and that's what it's worth. So pay attention to the numbers, to the stats of the unique item that you have, so you can price it right. You cannot overprice it, and you shouldn't undervalue it as well. Try to find a good price. If you're in a hurry, give it a discount, but always check the stats of your item, compare it. There's always a minimum and maximum for those bonuses. So see where your item is compared to the other one, so you can price it right, and that way you make sure you are selling well those unique items that you find. Now, these are the tips that I had to share. So I gave you guys two good tips to quick sell. You can sell quickly those crafted statues, you can sell quickly those chaos elements. Then if you find those legendary unique chaos cards, go to the auction house, see if they're being sold for a good price, and if you think that it's worth it, just sell them, get those rubies. It's always good to have rubies on your account. You need those, not only for the pet, but because every now and then there are some packs that you want to buy as well to get resurrection scrolls, identifying scrolls, and stuff like that. So never run out of rubies, okay? And with these tips, I'm pretty sure you'll never run out of rubies again. And if you have any other tips that you want to share with the community, you can post them in the comment section. I'm more than welcome to see what all of you guys are doing to make those rubies. All right, this is it for me. See you next time. Take care.